Hi everyone, Tom Warrender here, the human guinea pig from Classroom Medics. So the big news this week was that Angelina Jolie has had a double mastectomy. Basically she's had the breast tissue removed from her body. And now this is normally performed on people who have breast cancer. And I say people because breast cancer can affect both men and women, if you didn't know that. Now Angelina Jolie didn't actually have breast cancer, but she had a genetic test done that identified that 2 genes in her DNA were faulty, and it gave her an 87% chance of having breast cancer in her lifetime. That's quite serious odds. So she is playing the numbers game and said that's probably basically pretty much certain I'm going to get it, so I'm going to have the tissue removed, so I'm not pretty much going to try and not get breast cancer. Now the genes that they tested for were called breast cancer suppressor gene 1 and breast cancer suppression gene 2. Now you may have heard these referred to on the radio and TV as BRCA1 and BRCA2. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you why these genes are so important and why Angelina Jolie's impacted on her so much and why she's had this breast tissue removed. So let's kind of have a look at these pictures.
So to start off, we've got our DNA, and you need to think about DNA as being a book in your cells that is the instruction manual. So all the instructions to do things like cell growth, make hormones, your eye colour, absolutely everything in your body is contained within DNA. So think about it as an instruction manual. Now sometimes this instruction manual can get damaged and changed and altered, and this is what we call mutations. So these mutations alter what is actually in the book. So when the cell comes to read the book, it gets the wrong instructions. Now, if the genes that control cell growth are altered, this means that these genes now cause increased growth or rapid growth, or that the cells don't get killed off, because if cells are malfunctioning, your body actually kills them off. So what you can get is actually tumours and cancers from rapid and altered growth. Now, as a safety mechanism, your body can actually repair the DNA or actually kill off the cells that have got this mutated DNA. And this is where the BRCA genes come into play. They're involved with either repairing DNA or triggering a set of events that will actually kill off a cell. And this process of killing off a cell with mutated genes is called apoptosis. So there's a fancy word for you, apoptosis. The BRCA genes are there to help repair and also get rid of cells that have this damage. So if we start to look at a normal BRCA gene that's found in all our cells, but it's heavily expressed in breast tissue, this is why it's so important. The BRCA gene, when it's transcribed and creates the actual protein that it's coding for, that BRCA protein is there to actually repair DNA, repair any damage, and if it's unrepairable, it starts to trigger a series of events that will cause this cell death and apoptosis. So the BRCA gene, when it's normally functioning like we have here, is really important for repairing damage and killing off any cells that can't be repaired. So if we have a look at what's going on with Angelina Jolie, her BRCA genes are mutated or different from a normal gene. So I've illustrated that here with a red gene. It's still going to code for the BRCA protein, but because the gene is mutated, the protein it creates is not normal. In other words, it's not going to do its job. So the normal job was to repair DNA or kill off any cells where the DNA couldn't be repaired. So you can see here, this BRCA protein has got none of the tools that it needs to actually repair any DNA. So what this means is that because the BRCA protein is heavily expressed in breast tissue, those cells that could possibly be damaged or cause cancers don't get repaired and don't get removed. So there's no safety mechanism within the breast tissue. So if a cell turns cancerous, there's no BRCA protein there to kind of tidy up the mess, repair the damage and get rid of the cell. So the cells can actually start to grow, become cancerous and actually cause tumours and breast cancer.